Hello guys, welcome to another of our YouTube tutorial. Don't forget, this your guy etbmedia, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create this simple looking church flyer. I'll be back after this. Okay, I'm using Photoshop 2019 and I'm using an image size of 3508 by 2480 with a resolution of 300. Okay, you can see what is special about the design is our text effects, our image effect, and also the background we use. And I manage my colors properly. I used not more than 3 colors. I make this of red, yellow, and white. Let's say yes, and white. Okay, so let's start with our background. How did I get my background done? Okay, so this is my background here. It's just an image I got online. It's just an image, so I dragged it to my Photoshop. Click and drag to your Photoshop, and you can see that I had duplicated the layer and used my marks on it. Okay, for example, what I did was I just duplicated, Ctrl J to duplicate. Okay, look at it now. Then I applied my marks on it. Click here, your layer marks. Add the layer marks. Then you come to your brush. You know the concept of layer marks. If you are painting with black, if you are brushing with black, it hides from your layer. You can see it hides part of your layer or your image. But if you are painting with white, you are revealing from your image. You are revealing. So that is just the concept of what layer marks. You hide or reveal from your image. That is what I did here. I just duplicated the layers. I hide parts of the layer I don't want. You can see that. For example, now let me disable this. You can see that at this point here it's having this sharp edge. So what I did was just to hide this sharp edge here. Enable. You can see. Let me brush it back for me to reveal. Okay, so let me reveal now. I see reveal, but let me hide it back. So that is just the concept, to hide and reveal. Okay, so this is same thing. I duplicated, then use my layer marks on it. Then I applied this saturation to it. Initially it was like this, but I needed this kind of a reddish background, so I went to my adjustment layers, click on saturation, and toggle this to your left or your right. You can see that it gives you different colors, but I needed something red, so I took it. I think this point here, let's see, okay, minus 24. Okay. Minus 24. I'll just click here. Minus 24. Okay, so that's how I was able to get this type of red background. Let me delete this one. And next here I added levels. You can see it makes it to be more, it adds more depth to our background, more depth. You can see without the levels is light, with the levels is more, it adds more depth or contrast to our image. So how can I access this level? I come to my adjustment layer, click, come to my level, just toggle this a little bit. You can see I can still toggle this. See that it adds more depth to what you can see before and after to your background, but I like it this way. The next here, okay, this still same layer marks, still same layer marks. Then I added some curves to this too. You can see the before and the after. It adds more depth to my image. For you to access the curves, the same thing. Come to your adjustment layer, come to your curves, and you shift your slider like this. So it adds more depth to your image. Okay, so this is for my background 1 and this is my background 2. It's still quite the same thing, but I just needed this type of lightning up here. Yeah, still the same image, but let me disable this. Still the same image, but I just took this point, this lightning to this side, and hide this part here. Enable it. And see, I hide the part here. I included what my use saturation to it. Same thing here too. I duplicated it, took it to this side, and added this my use saturation. So I think you get the gist on how I was able to do my background. I just made use of only a particular background here. Let me hide this. This was the background I used, but just that I duplicated and used my layer marks on it. So that was how I was able to get this my background here. So this is my image. How did I okay, this is my image. Initially it was like this. So what you did that you have to hide. Hide the background. You can use different tools. Okay, let me configure to duplicate. Let me delete. Okay, so what you do is that you select your image from the background. How can you select? There are different ways of selecting, but I want to use this select using my quick selection tool. Select image. Yeah, so you select image. Okay, you can still zoom in and adjust. See, if I use the add, it adds selection, and if I use the subtract, it subtract selection like that. But because of time, let me just do it. Then what I do is that I soften the edge. Quick click on this. Okay, sorry. I need to select this part too. Okay, this place too is still affected. Click on add. Okay, because of time, you just click. After next, you click on this select and marks. Okay, then you add a little bit of smooth to smooth the edges, Then you can add a little bit of feather to feather the edges. Then you can add some contrast to it and some to shift the edge a little bit inside, to shift the edges inside a little bit. So after which you click on OK. Click OK. Oh, sorry. Let me do it again. Output layer with mouse. Okay. Alright, so yes, so this is it. So that is how to select your image from your background. So next year, what I did was I have to soften this part a little bit because these the edges are quite obvious. So I have to soften it using my layer marks. You can see that it created a layer marks for me. So with my black, I would hide. Okay. Then I added. I had to duplicate. Ctrl J to duplicate. Then I added a filter to this. Is it your filter gallery? Added this. Yes, cut out filter. Clicked OK. So this is the result it gives to me. You see, yeah. Then because of my background, I had to add this selective color to it so that I can blend with the red background. How can I get this selective color? Come to your adjustment layer, come to your selective color, then on your red, just adjust the sliders a little bit. Can reduce the cyan, add some magentas, then reduce the black a little bit. Okay, but you will have to clip it to your image below. Let me delete this. So you can see I reduce my cyan, increase my magenta, and I increased my blacks a little bit. That was how I was able to get this done. The next year I just added some depth here. I just created a new layer, selected this particular color, then I brushed around this part here. Reduce it. Okay, you can see my before and after. I can reduce the opacity. Yeah, so that was how I was able to get this type of depth, this point here. Okay, so next here is my text. I'm going to drop this text effect on the description below so you can check it out. Okay, look at it here. So what it is that I just double click, open it, just open it. Then for you to edit it, just come here, double click on this point here, and to open, so you can adjust the font or re-edit it. Let me say just edit it. Radical. Straight. Praise. Okay, then you can reduce it a little bit. Okay, then you click on with Ctrl S click on Ctrl S to save it, to update smart object, and go back. Let's see. Okay, so look at it here. So what you can do is that you can just hide all it. Okay, sorry. You can hide all layers. You can just hide. Okay, you can hide this first point here and our background layer. You can create a new layer. Then click and hold on your Ctrl Shift Alternate E to merge the layer. Yeah, so let's see our outcome. Okay, it's loading. Alright, so now we can hide. You can see that we just have this layer here. Then click out and drag to your Photoshop. You can see the T to adjust it. Yeah. So that was how I was able to get this type of effects here. Yeah, see, so effects here. Then they just normal text. This is the font name. Yeah, I added a little drop shadow. Yeah, so that I can easily read this text without the drop shadow to make it difficult for me to read it. So that's why I added a drop shadow. Just double click on your layer. To bring up your layer style, then you can come to your drop shadow. You can you can increase the opacity if you want to. Then this was my settings here. Okay, then after which I added this normal text here. Yeah, then okay, I see that it's cropped a little bit. I used my word part text. Just click. I see that you have different styles here, but I use this arc so that you have this type of crop like pattern with this my radical text. So I added a bend of 2. I see when it's at 0. Oh, sorry, when it's at 0, it's straight. So you can see when it's at 8 or when it's at 7. But I use 2 because I think 2 will be more better off for me. So yeah, next thing here was my address and date. You can see that it's been aligned at what? The right hand side. And select. If you want to align it to your left hand side, you click here to align to your left hand side. If I want to align to the center, I'll just highlight and click on this center here. Align to the center, same thing here to my right hand side. I prefer to the right hand side because I want it to align this way. Okay, like this. So this I align this particular one to my left hand side. Select and click on your left hand side. Same thing. And these two are aligned to my left hand side. Then you can make sure that okay, 1, 2, 3. You can make sure that it's aligned to what the bottom edge. You can see, click here so that it will be of the same line. This and this be aligned at the bottom equally. See, okay, this is just my rectangle. See my time. Okay, it's just a rectangle. This text. First, access your rectangle. Come to your shape. Draw your rectangle. Then you can select this particular color. come back to your rectangle, fill, and yeah, this is the curve. That is how you can get your rectangle and your text here. So you can align it at the middle. Double click the bottom, click on your text, hold your control, click on your rectangle, and align at the middle. Yes, and distribute it at the center there. Okay, so that is that for this. Then okay, this is my powered by. This is a rounded rectangle. I can use my rounded rectangle for it. Just draw. Then the edges I can use let's say 100. Click. So you see that it gives me this type of round edges. So that's how I can create my rounded rectangle, and it just takes an image here. Then okay, these are my text and these are my elements. These are just your text. Sorry, they are your text. You see, then these are just, you can create these using your dots. Perfect, dots. Your dot. Then I reduce it a little bit. See, I can just and duplicate. Ctrl J to duplicate. Like this, like that. Okay, can align properly, distribute it properly, and done. So I think I've come to the end of this tutorial. Hope you're able to learn something today. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, you can subscribe to this channel and also like and comment on this channel if you have any questions. Thank you very much.